All the qualification I needed to prove myself, I have right now, because I have been practicing for a long time, and I know what should be the voice quality. Very often, when I start speaking, I usually start with a very low quality voice, and that's why just after speaking for a few minutes, I feel I'm not speaking rightly, and this my recorded video lecture will not be something very publishable. So feel so much annoyed and vexed. Now I tell you that if you want to see yourself very expert speaker, very capable to influence over people's mind, then you have to make sure that you know the people's mind first. So you have to do research, you have to collect information, you have to go through a lot of different conversation with the peoples to understand how do they actually speak, how do they actually think, and everything you have to know. And you have to go through kinds of research activities when you stay apart from these people, try to take deep drive, try to understand what people need. And different people have their own different ideology, own different thinking, own different judging procedure. So if you want to be a very good influencer, there's no other option but being so much attentive to understand their mind, those who are your listeners. I know a person named Saban Sinek. When he speak, people who have the understanding capability, they just feel so much engaged with the idea he share. I'm not telling that he use a very sophisticated words, very high quality and very academic word. This is not kinds of person he is, but he use just understanding what the people need, and that's why many people are his follower. I'm not telling that I'm his follower, but I have watched many lecture of this person. Primarily, I started hearing lectures because I wanted to be experienced with the English language, but later I realized that why don't I try to understand his message, because he share very very important information. Another woman, I can't remember right now her name, but she's a clinical psychologist, and she speak on the YouTube channel Mid Circle. When I heard her lectures, I felt that yes, this woman should be considered as a standard. So there are many other speaker whom I considered primarily as my standard um, speaker, whom I followed, whom I actually tried to uh, consider to develop my own speaking style. You see, today when I was trying to speak, I was practicing. I was very simple voice. I was speaking. I was mumbling and I was stammering, and that's why I feel that this shouldn't be the right style of speaking. Then I felt that what's problem? There's no any problem. So why I don't use the very standard voice of speaking? Now you see that I'm speaking, and I'm speaking fast, and I don't feel that people who live in this country understand this language very well. So I don't consider them as my audience, but I desire to be a very international speaker, and that's why I need to speak loudly and proudly. And so I should be so fast. I should maintain the standard speed, and this is the speed that I should maintain to speak in the international arena if I want to see myself that I'm worthy speaker. But if you want to think, then you need to give a little more time to your mind, because some people's minds are not so active. I think that mine is not so active because it takes extra time to think. So very often when I start thinking about a very complex issue, I usually feel uh, ex- the importance of extra more time to give my mind so that it can process information for me. But when you just speak, what the topics, what the message you were trying to share, then you will be able to speak it just loudly and proudly. When you will be able to make a very standard voice that I'm maintaining just right now. But if the people who hear you, if they fail to understand what you say, what you share, and what's the gist of your speaking, so what's the outcome of such a speaking? So I very often feel that okay, I have to try to optimize my voice quality. I have to optimize the speed so that the people, amateur or even who are very qualified to understand English language, they'll feel better to hear my words. Okay, just I'm speaking right now for speaking, but when I'll be sharing information that I'll start uh, my mission to change their mind, their life, then I'll obviously use important informations to motivate people. But now primarily I'm just speaking to motivate people. That's all. I'm just speaking just for the speaking. So I want to feel fast that I can speak loudly and proudly. I want to feel fast that yes, I can invite people in my show to speak about something. So to develop such kinds of positive feelings, I do a lot of different stuff. But primarily, I need to believe it that yes, I'm very good speaker. I can speak and I can interview people just like a professional interviewer. You see, I have given here a pose. This pose isn't to give you extra more time to think. This pose I given just because I feel I felt totally disconnected with my subconscious mind. But I use also my subconscious mind to speak, and I feel that if I really want to make sure that I'm understanding everything, I'm just speaking like a speaker. I'm just confident one. Then I have to maintain this the speed, the rhetoric of speaking. There's no other option. But if you feel that your mind is totally disconnected with you right now, and that's why you need extra more time to get to establish the connection again, then okay, fine. This kinds of pose is quite valid, and you can do it. But the but is problem. Always, I intend myself to start my sentence with the word but. This is very very problematic. I think I I have to think positive. I have to come up with some positive idea. I have to start believing that okay, some idea may sound very weird, may sound something idiotic, but in spite of that, I'm quite worthy to speak like a professional, very professional speaker. However, this time I'm going to stop my speaking just to see how much really confident I am now to speak. Thank you.